Dear students, today we will learn about spherical mirrors and reflection by spherical mirrors. First question is, what is a spherical mirror? We are familiar with the tennis ball, which is hollow from inside, and we can cut a part of it that is appearing to be spherical, having a curvature, and if we take a glass sphere, hollow sphere, and if we take a part of this hollow sphere that is used in making a spherical mirror, a part of this hollow sphere of glass looks like this. If we polish one of its surface, this is the bulging out surface or bent out surface, then this is the reflecting surface. This is polished surface, and this one is reflecting surface. This bent in surface is the reflecting surface, so this is concave mirror. On the other end, if we polish the bent in surface or bulging in surface, so that this becomes the reflecting surface and this is the polished surface, this is convex mirror. Now, certain definitions regarding spherical mirrors have to be understood first. First is pole. What is the pole of mirror? This is the center of the spherical mirror. This is called pole of the mirror. Second, center of curvature. The geometric center of the sphere of which mirror forms a part is called center of curvature. If we complete the sphere, it is like this. This is the geometric center of this hollow sphere. So, this is called center of curvature. Next one is the principal axis. It is a line passing through pole and center of curvature. This is called the principal axis of spherical mirror. Next one is focus or principal focus. The midpoint between the pole and center of curvature on the principal axis is focus of the spherical mirror. We can also define this focus as a point of the principal axis where all light rays which are parallel to principal axis after reflection meets or converges. So, this is called the focus of the concave mirror. In case of convex mirror, It is a virtual point behind the mirror from where the light rays parallel to principal axis after reflection appears to be coming or diverging. This point is focus of convex mirror. It is a virtual point as it is behind the mirror. The concave mirror is also called the converging mirror because the light rays parallel to principal axis after reflection converges at a point. Convex mirror is called diverging mirror because the light rays coming parallel to principal axis after reflection appears to diverge from a point on the principal axis. Okay. So this is also called diverging mirror. Thus we can say there are two types of mirrors: concave mirror, which is also called converging mirror, and a convex mirror or the diverging mirror. Some more definitions. The object distance denoted by u. This is the distance between the pole and the point where the object is placed on the principal axis. Image distance denoted by V. It is the distance between the pole of the mirror and the point where the image is formed above or below the principal axis. Focal length denoted by F. It is the distance between the pole and focus of the mirror. Radius of curvature it is the radius of the sphere, hollow sphere rather, of which mirror forms a part. That is the distance between the pole and center of curvature. Next is relation between radius of curvature and focal length. The point of focus is the midpoint of a line segment joining the pole and center of curvature. Thus we can say radius of curvature is twice the focal length, or F is half of R. Rules for the formation of images by a concave mirror. First rule: if a light ray parallel to principal axis, a light ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus. This is parallel ray to principal axis after reflection passing through focus. Rule second: a ray passing through focus of the mirror after reflection becomes parallel to principal axis. Then rule third: a ray passing through center of curvature after reflection return back along the same line. This is because this ray is incident normally and reflected back normally. Rule 4: angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, because the laws of reflection are applicable to spherical mirrors as well. Formation of images by a concave mirror. When the object is placed, its image is formed according to distance of the object from the mirror at different distances from the mirror. When the object is at infinity, the rays which are coming from this distant object or object at infinity are almost parallel we apply two different rules for the formation of images. First, ray passing through focus after reflection becomes parallel to principal axis, and second, a ray passing through center of curvature return back along the same line, and at this focus the two reflected rays intersect, and at this point of intersection the image is formed. If we look at the nature of the image formed, the two reflected rays intersect at a point which is at focus, so image is formed at the focus. If we look at the nature of this, the first case is object at infinity, image formed is at focus, nature it is real and inverted. Real because it is formed in front of the mirror, it is inverted because it is upside down and it is highly diminished. Highly diminished. That is, the size of the image as compared to size of object is very, very small. Second case, when the object is beyond center of curvature, beyond C. This object is beyond C, ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus. Second ray passing through focus after reflection becomes parallel and the two rays intersect over here between C and F. Thus the image is formed between C and F. So second case, beyond C, image formed is between F and C. It is real and inverted again and diminished in size. The third case, when the object is at the center of curvature, a ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus. Second ray passing through focus becomes parallel to principal axis and at a point of intersection of the two reflected rays, image is formed. It is at C. So object at C, image is at C, it is real and inverted and size is same. That is, height of image is same as height of object. Next case is the object is between C and F. First ray parallel to principal axis, after reflection passes through focus. Second ray passing through focus and after reflection becomes parallel to principal axis and here the intersection and thus the image is formed at this point. This point is beyond C. So object between F and C, between F and C, image is beyond center of curvature, it is real and inverted and enlarged. That is, the size of the image is bigger than the size of the object. Next case is object is at focus at F. Object is placed at the focus. Applying first rule, ray parallel to principal axis, passes through focus. Second, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. We see the two reflected rays becomes parallel after reflection. So these rays never meet, and thus we can say image is formed at infinity. So here at F, object, at infinity, image, it is real and inverted, and it is highly magnified. Highly magnified. Now the last case, if the object is placed within focal length of the concave mirror, that is between P and F. First ray parallel to principal axis, after reflection passes through focus. Second ray, that is in the line of center of curvature, reflected back along the same path. If we produce the path backwards, the two rays appears to meet at a point behind the mirror. So in this case, the image is erect, virtual and enlarged. So between P and F, images behind the mirror, it is virtual and erect and enlarged. Thus we see this is the only case in which a virtual image is formed by a concave mirror, and that is also erect. Now we will discuss the rules for the formation of images by convex mirror. First rule, a ray which is parallel to principal axis after reflection appears to be coming from its focus. Rule second, a ray which is incident in the line of center of curvature reflected back along the same path. Rule third, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Rule 4. Ray, a light ray incident in the line of focus after reflection becomes parallel to principal axis. Now, formation of images by a convex mirror. First, when the object is very far off, or say at infinity, a light ray incident in or along the direction of center of curvature is reflected back along the same path. Second ray incident at the pole at an angle I with the normal principal axis. After reflection, forms angle R with the principal axis. When this reflected rays are produced backwards, these meet at a point at focus. So we see the object is at infinity, the rays coming from the object becomes almost parallel. Ray in the line of center of curvature returns back along the same path. Another incident at the pole at an angle I with the principal axis reflected back at an angle R such that I is equal to R. When the path of the two reflected rays produced backwards, these intersect at a point which is at focus. If we observe the nature of the image, it is virtual and erect. It is at focus and also it is also diminished, that is smaller than the size of the object, rather much smaller than the size of the object. Second case, if we take the object at a finite distance, ray coming from this parallel to principal axis after reflection appears to diverge or coming from its focus. Second ray incident at an angle I reflected back angle R such that I is equal to R. When the path is produced, these intersect at a point between P and F. In the second case, at finite distance, image is virtual and erect, it is diminished and it is between P and F. Concave mirror is used by the dentist or ENT specialist to see a clear picture of the teeth as well as ear canal. It is used in automobile headlights so that one can see the objects in the night at a longer distance. Third, in focus lights or searchlights, it is also used in shaving mirrors, because if we keep our face within focal length of the mirror, then image is enlarged and erect. Thus, we can have a better view of the shape. A convex mirror is used as a rear view mirror in automobiles. It is because one can see or get a wider picture behind the vehicle. But care should be taken that the object is much closer as it appears to be behind the vehicle.